night thoughts. This is where the real talk starts. So take a seat, let's have a chat, table talk, where the real talk's at.
Good evening, everybody. I wondered if anybody would like to join us tonight. Do you think Jesus liked us this way?
I'm waiting for you to break out in the piano and,
Stevie wondering?
either Wonder or Charles.
Either way, they're going to wonder.
Either way. Have you heard it on the grapevine or,
Grapevine, piano,
as long as you hear it?
guitar. Either way, Jesus is going to accept us the way we are.
Well, does he accept us the way we are or does he take us the way we are? Well, that's a cultural question right now, isn't it?
I mean, he's face palming everywhere already, regardless. Because I'm going to say something and said in the mom, boy, I tell you what. So everybody, like I said, we're glad you're here tonight. And we have been in a series, might as well just say it's been on faith. Faith family, faith of husband, the wife, the man of the house, just in general. So tonight we decided to do something a little off key and filtered and weird. We're going to let our boys come on tonight. They're going to talk about the family of faith.
And by we, he means him and the missus.
Oh yeah. We didn't have no kids together.
No.
That's not biblical.
No.
So it's not scripted. We didn't tell them what to say. We told them to do their own research. They had a week to figure out what they're going to say. I don't know what they're going to say. I didn't read their homework, so we'll see what happens.
I'm going to interrupt.
Why?
That's what I do.
Oh.
But I mean, not right now. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh. What you just did.
I still am.
Oh.
It's what I do.
I forgot what we were doing.
Introducing. The kids are going to be talking.
Oh.
We have no idea what they will say.
I agree 100%. So this is going to be what Bill Cosby say, kids say the darndest things.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you what. Gabe.
So, boys,
Yes.
we'll start with Gabe.
Ooh.
What did you get on your research about family of faith?
I got that. Majority of my research was that if you're not built like a child, don't have the innocence, the trustness, the anything of a kid, like newborn, whatever, like our adopted, that you can't enter the kingdom of God.
So you mean more like blind faith?
Sure.
Well, I just, you don't have to be a 2-year-old, but,
Yeah.
you do need that childlike faith, and as children, we don't worry about our parents paying the bills or putting food on the table, generally.
Mm-hmm. Like we have faith that our parents will provide. Like we should have faith that God will provide for them.
What else you got? I mean, I did tell y'all I was going to be interrupting.
This guy, I had that and I remember that. And then. But we also got that you should put on
And then
So
can't.
when we started this series, have you been seeing a difference just in the parents in your home?
Oh
Which is
yeah,
me and mom.
yes.
definitely.
How we're handling and doing things.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
We want to choke you less, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Now he's acting like this is scripted.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure we have. Of course.
I'm not being friend at all.
Well, hey.
But it also said that to be a child of God means you will be adopted into God's family through faith. You're loved unconditionally by the Father and your, what would you call that? Your biological father. Your new identity is in grace, not your performance. And then you become an heir to God's promise. Meaning that anything at all is through his promise. Anything he promised, you'll get it as long as you have faith.
Why don't you have what?
Faith.
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 Huh.
FAIPH.
TH. TH.
TH.
Okay, I want to add a little footnote in there. I don't know that I specifically agree that anything you want, you'll be handed by faith.
That's not what I meant, but
Well,
yeah.
and that's why I'm bringing that up for the viewing audience. With the kids here, I'm going to phrase something a little differently, but if you are, all right, fine, I'll go ahead.
Go ahead.
You know, if you are praying to sniff cocaine out of a hooker's
Oh.
butt crack,
Oh,
you're not praying to the
Okay.
right God.
Okay.
Okay.
that's not the kind of
So what you need to be chasing, you know, scripture tells us, I told you I was going to do something different. They egged me on. I'm childish. The scripture tells us to set our sights on Jesus, to set our eyes on heavenly things. So that's what we need to be chasing, is things that are godly. And when we put our faith in that, we should get that. But there's still the footnote that we don't always get exactly what we asked for in the manner by which we asked for it. Because God knows better than we do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And y'all are young, so I'm trying to give that to you now. You don't always get specifically what you think you're asking for in the manner that you ask.
No.
So like if
Right.
you ask for something actually people will tell you now, when you're praying, you need to be as specific as you can.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you are, you know, like if you're praying for healing, you need to be specific on that.
Yeah, heal my broken toe. Or whatever.
Right. But when you are asking God to work, you need to put as few restraints on that as you can.
Right.
You know, and let God do what God does, because I mean he's God and we're not.
Mm-hmm. Now, just because you pray doesn't mean you'll get what you prayed for.
Right.
God always has something in plan for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Always.
Like I said last night, God's got a sense of humor.
Yes, he does.
And
I think my favorite joke on that is God said that there would be wonderful, godly women in all corners of the earth, and then he made it round and laughed and laughed and laughed.
wait a minute. You just said something that nobody knew, I bet you. The world is not flat, it's round.
Depends on who you ask. I had a conversation
You
with
just had to go there.
I did. I had a conversation with a guy. It would have been over this last winter, maybe holiday season time frame. And he was into flat earth theory. He was into the ice wall theory, the Anunnaki theory. He was listening and feeding all of this, what I would like to call garbage. But you bring up the idea of a creator and savior God, and he thought that was just crap. You know, I'm like, really? You're willing to believe that the earth is flat and we're separated from the rest of the earth by a big ice wall, and there's superior beings on the other side, you know, basically managing us. You're willing to believe every bit of that without a lick of evidence, but there actually was a guy that died on the cross and rose from the grave, and that's just make-believe, really. You know, it blows my mind, you know. But let's just say that this individual had some issues. You know, that'll be a polite way of putting it. He had some issues.
Mhm.
Quite a few.
Well, he's not with us anymore. He had some issues.
Oh.
All right.
You know, I'm not going to throw a name, and I'm not going to get into a bunch of details because I don't do that. It's just I wish I could have spoke more into him. But if they don't listen, they don't listen.
Right.
You know, it's at some point it's pearls to swine. But I do wish he would have been more receptive.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, Abel, what did you get?
Well, first of all,
I like this. First off, here's where we're going. Go ahead. I'm not very mature.
couldn't tell.
No,
Really?
You're not
Yeah,
even
I
couldn't
was
tell.
trying though. I mean, really, you couldn't tell.
I
Couldn't
couldn't
have
tell at
done
all.
worse.
Wow. Well, they're mean.
It's not my fault.
It is your fault.
It's like you're gonna have to talk to her mother about that.
It's your genes and our bodies. It is your fault.
Only half.
Half, yeah, half.
Okay, all right. What you got?
Well, and all believers in Christ are children of faith into God's eyes. But, even if you're a child yourself, if you fully invest God into your life, you're a children of faith no matter what.
Okay.
Are we doing headbanging contest?
We're in agreement. What more you got?
we're just, yeah. So, is that all you got in a week's time?
Really, yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Is there so much of the book? you
Is
just
everybody that calls on Christ a child of God?
Hmm?
Is everyone that calls on Christ a child of God?
couldn't- No.
Okay.
Only
So,
true believers are a child.
true believer. Okay.
True.
If you have
What
true
about
faith.
Satan?
Saint is.
Well, the reason I ask is he truly believes. I mean, he's actually met him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's a child,
See,
child of
That's
God.
a funny subject because
Hey,
there are Satan
I'm talking.
believers that don't even believe in God, but then their person they believe in also believes in this God that's way more powerful than him. Like that's a
exactly.
crazy subject. I don't get that. Because I bet you his book says that he's a thing.
Yeah.
And if it
There's
don't,
there's
that's
all
crazy.
kinds of crap out there. And here's my thing, and you know, I will I'll pass this on to you boys. I don't know if Mr. Noyd has heard me say this or not. In the US of A, we're not the freest nation on every level, okay? But when you take the overall whole, right now it's mostly still not illegal to believe whatever you want, okay? And I support y'all's right to, if you want to believe in ice wall theory and you want to believe in the Anunnaki and you think the book of Enoch is the greatest thing that ever, hey, great. I support y'all's right to, and I'm not saying that you do. Y'all are just sitting here so I'm pointing fingers. I support y'all's right to believe whatever you want to believe. But you and everybody around you are better served if what you believe happens to be true. If you want to believe that we're all a big cosmic spaghetti bowl, you can believe that. That's your right.
Yeah.
But it's not going to do you any good.
Right.
If you want to believe that, you can be, and I do believe you can be whoever you want to be within reason, but just waking up one day is like, I think I'll be royalty today. It just doesn't work that way. And you can believe it all you want, but you and the people around you are better served if what you believe happens to be true. So chase the truth.
And following what he said about like the atheists believing in Satan and Satan believing in God, Satan doesn't have a book, but God does. So.
It does.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he does.
Yes, he does.
But Satan is.
Does he have a law books? Just one.
He has
I
his
honestly
own-
couldn't tell you, but there is what they would call a satanic Bible.
It's basically a Bible, but for Satan.
I'm pretty sure there's more books in the Bible than that.
There
Yeah.
probably are,
Yeah,
but
probably.
what'll blow your mind is we have the Bible, which is depending on where you're at, between 66 and 70 to 72 books. I don't,
Yeah.
it varies.
But you got to remember this.
Hold on, give me this.
Oh.
Then we
Wait
have
your
other
turn.
books that are written on the Bible or on faith. And as long as they are not as long as they coincide with scriptural teachings, you can't call them biblical, so to speak, but they're not anti-biblical. The opposite also applies. There is writings on Satan,
Mm-hmm.
but any other writing out there that is anti-biblical is his. So there's probably more books on Satan than there is on God.
Unfortunately.
But the Bible's more powerful.
Oh, I'm not disputing that at all.
Yeah, I know.
So, what trials did y'all have to overcome by using your faith in God?
Dun, dun, dun. Y'all want to get personal? Tell
Can
some
you-
stories.
can you
I was
kinda-
struggling with this.
Can you kind of restate that?
What trials did you have to overcome using your faith?
Are you trying to say, like, what did I have to do to have
Yes.
faith in God?
Yes.
Well, let me give you an example. There's a lot of people that would say I was an addict or an alcoholic or whatever, and I couldn't overcome that by myself. But through Christ, I was able to. There are other people that will say, hey, I went to doctor after doctor after doctor and went on all these medications and nothing improved. And then one day I was healed, so that's what he's asking for is, do you have a sort of testimony?
What did God do in your life,
Well,
basically?
actually, not too long ago, I was lusting a lot for a couple months.
Put your hand down.
Yeah.
There you go. Now I can see you talking.
And,
They gotta reach your lips.
Gabe,
Come on.
I was lusting a lot and.
You were what?
Lusting.
Okay.
Oh,
Gabe.
done.
You were too.
All right,
Stop.
gentlemen.
Come on.
So you had this issue and
And had just demonic presence I couldn't get rid of without help from like God and my
right.
family.
Hmm.
So one day I got caught
Right.
and got cured from my demonic presence with the help of God, my mom, and Gabe, and my old sister, Grace.
Right. Well, congratulations.
What struggles did you have? Did you have any struggles going through this process?
I did
Because we
really.
were doing it together as we were studying for this. We would ask you guys to help us study.
And to clarify, y'all weren't doing the struggle together.
No.
No.
And I'm just clarifying for the viewing audience before police start knocking on the door.
Yeah. No. I got over that struggle a long time ago.
Well, and like I said, that's just the way it was phrased.
Yeah.
I want to be very clear here.
Well, when I was, I didn't want to like read the Bible at all. I
That's
didn't want to do
weird
any
how
of
that happens, isn't it? When you're
Yeah.
pursuing other things, you have no desire to chase things of God.
Right.
And a lot of times it's even just like when Adam and Eve sinned there in the garden. When God showed up, they went and hid. And
Right.
we're no different today. When we're chasing sin, when we're doing wrong, we don't want to be around God,
Right.
because that makes us more aware of our sin. Now, I've gotten stubborn with it. Like, I don't want to turn away from God,
Right.
period. I've done it before, and I mean, not fully, mind
It's a
you.
very dirty, dusty road.
It is.
There's no.
If anybody
It's all
ever
dark.
tells you that being a Christian is easy, they lied,
Yeah.
because it's not easy.
Oh.
It's probably the hardest thing you will ever do.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do it alone. And that is the guarantee.
Right.
What do you got?
Yeah. We got Gabe.
You was awful mouthy when we was talking with him. What
Yeah.
do you got?
What you got, huh?
Uh-huh.
I got a whole dictionary.
Oh, I want to read this.
You're only getting one chapter.
Oh man.
Okay, let's go.
Make it a good chapter.
So
Yeah.
I used to struggle with rage, anger, revenge, wanting, I guess.
Vengeance.
Yeah, I was like wanting to do something. I don't know. I was always mad, things that set me off easy. I don't know why. But then had a
Had to zoom in. I kept scooting back. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I told you
I
I
had to
was gonna
zoom
interrupt.
into the Bible to figure it out. But yes, I had a long chat with my mom and just came home from school one day and got it prayed out of me. And I hated being that way. It wasn't the greatest feeling to get mad all the time and lash out at people.
And hating that just makes you mad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of
it
counterproductive.
just backs it up more.
Right.
You get more mad, and it just
Would you say that was a generational curse that we broke?
possibly.
Because didn't you see me do that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Me and you had the same issues a lot.
I'm surprised I didn't get
You were raised sweeter.
it.
You were babied a lot.
Opposed to you, we were raised by the same
Well,
person.
you were.
It
you
doesn't
were a
matter.
baby.
There were, my brother is 2.5 years older than me, and I'm not trying to throw my parents under the bus by any means, but in many ways, in many instances, we got the same overall raising because we was raised by the same people. But in many aspects, he didn't get in trouble for the crap he did. We
Yep.
got in trouble for the crap he did.
Yep.
All right. So,
Right.
Why didn't,
And-
you, why
and-
didn't you wash the dishes? It was his turn. But I told you to do it.
right. Well, I mean, there's stuff like that, and I'll just say the truth. He lied a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, who did this? He did.
No,
That one.
Yeah.
no, that was.
That one.
Yeah.
No, that was.
And that was the biggest thing is he knew if he didn't fess up, we would get in trouble, which is basically the same thing as not getting in trouble at all.
Right.
Because he didn't suffer the consequences for his actions on his own. Now, there's a lot of other things where he did.
Right.
But a lot of that came later when there was no way I could be tied to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like
But there were other instances where, we grew up more Gen X. Our parents worked. We were home a lot by ourselves. We fended for ourselves, learned how to cook, because, I mean, it's not that our parents didn't feed us. They just weren't always there when we were hungry, But yeah, there was a lot of it where it was, well, he was my older brother, so I'm supposed to listen to him. He was put in charge. But if he had a stupid idea, I couldn't let him go alone because if he went off and did it by himself, then I was unattended and he was unattended, so I got in trouble. If I joined him in doing it, then we both got in trouble because I didn't stop him. Are we seeing a pattern here?
Yeah.
Like it didn't matter what the scenario was. And I'm not claiming to be an angel myself. It's not that every whooping I got was his fault. There was quite a few of them that I had a part in. But, just because you have the same parents and you're close in age does not mean you had the same parents,
Right.
So
yeah, Abel, he was the baby, and
Google Gaga.
I guess I can say he got away with more stuff than Gabe did because I made Gabe and Alicia both mean, and it was all because of my anger and the way things happened.
We would always fight each other.
And it just by the time they got done with Gabe, it was like I told Jen, I said I wasn't toughen up any more kids.
Right.
And Abel was the last one that we gave birth to.
You gave
And-
birth to me too?
Part of it,
I
yeah.
said we.
You're a part of him.
When you understand how it works, he has a big role in it.
I do understand how it works.
Okay.
They told me.
Your DNA is inside you.
So how hard is it to be
Why
a
do
child?
you-
Hey,
Duh.
how hard is it to be a child of God, being in school and temptation, peer pressure, etc.?
It's hard, really.
So what do you experience in school with your faith?
A lot of people like on the bus. I sat with somebody, move seats. They like every day after school on the way home, from the bus. It'll all stink because a lot of people on the bus from the middle school to the elementary school, and he'd always blame it on me. I wanted to like just
Hey, buddy, look at me so it looks like you're more looking at the camera. We see the side of your head.
So what
Come
was he blaming you for?
So,
he
yeah,
was blaming me that I was the reason the bus thing and stuff.
Oh, you were getting bullied, sort of.
Sort of, kinda, only on the bus though. But I just want to like yell at him because he always blamed it on me.
right.
But I just remembered God won't do that. Jesus won't do that. So I just kept my mouth shut, went off of my day.
You do know that Jesus chased with whips and flipped with tables and called the Pharisees a brood of vipers and hypocrites, and there is a such thing as righteous anger.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. And I'm going to say the cautionary note. Make for dang sure you are in righteous anger before you use it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because people will use I'm mad as an excuse and it doesn't fly. Yes, there are times where, if you're being accused of something or whatever, yes, sometimes no defense is the best defense you've got. That is absolutely correct.
Just,
But there are,
we won't say the person's name. We just, best way to do it is just say you'll pray for them.
Yeah.
And that's that probably upsets people more than anything in the world.
actually, it's in Proverbs. When you're nice to people who are your enemy, it heaps burning coals on their head.
Wait a minute. Did you say Proverbs again?
I want to say it's in Proverbs.
Okay. We talked about that last week, didn't we? Proverbs.
Well, there's so much good stuff in there.
And there
They
is.
say,
That's a good Bible.
There's a
Chapter,
saying,
whatever.
kill him with niceness,
Yes.
kindness, whatever it is.
Kindness, yes.
There's also another thing that happened actually last Friday, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
Middle of lunch, I had a sandwich for lunch in school because it was a burger day, and I had already in my burger. There was a sandwich on the lunch share table,
Mm-hmm.
so I took it. Asked for mayonnaise. Got
And
up.
an employee of the school, we're keeping our descriptions vague.
Yes.
I got up. An employee, lunch employee of the school, stopped me and said I couldn't wear the shirt. I'm still wearing it actually, because
Show it off, stand up there where we can see it. It don't make any
it's
sense when,
backwards. It's backwards.
We can still
well,
read
people
it.
can cross their eyes.
They flip the screen
Well,
upside down.
it says
I mean,
it says nope, can't go to hell. This Satan still got their restraining order against me.
All right, now see if we can see it. Stand up.
Guess what it
There we
says.
go.
And she said she highly recommends I don't wear it to school ever again.
Right.
And I think she has a demonic presence on her, and that's the reason why she told me.
It could be. But I'll caution you, try not to jump too fast to that conclusion. The individual very well might.
Could be another different religion too.
There could be that. There's, and the other aspect is just like the other instance, pray for the individual.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't wear the shirt out of spite, but if it just happens that you feel the need to wear the shirt, wear the shirt. And that's what your father is for. Those are problems that he deals with.
Well, I emailed the principal about it, asked her if it was inappropriate for school,
Right.
and I want to see if she responds by Monday because weekends are off days.
You also should have a copy of the student code of conduct.
Yeah, it said nothing about this. All it said,
I know it doesn't.
all it said
I've had to
was,
write out of it quite a few times.
all it said was no
A
gang.
school.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
but there were other times. I got caught freshman year in possession of something I shouldn't have had, and the gym teacher I had at the time simply confiscated, and that was the gym teacher's arrangement. I need this written X number of times by this date. And if you can do that, this stays between us.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, okay, fine, you know. So me and this gym teacher did not get along, but I respected that because I have been in trouble at school. I have been to the principal's office more. I mean, I had my own razor in there. You know, when we got the new dean of men, Mr. Lyons, I was in there to shave so much, he actually went and got me my own razor.
Wow.
So I was in there weekly. But where was I going with that?
I done forgot.
Yeah, me too. That's bad. Yeah, but not every situation was a, hey, we're going to the principal and we're getting either a school or suspended or school board reviewed. And, you know, I might have got into a few scuffles and parents never called, you know, I mean, now like I said, I can respect, you know, and don't get me wrong, there is a situation happening at our local school now, that this is a completely different scenario. All of the scenarios I was in, I respect that we could handle it like adults rather than making a big deal out of potentially nothing, other than me not doing what I was supposed to do.
Right.
Um,
So how about you, Gabe? What have you experienced with your faith and being Jesus with skin on?
Who's it fish?
Just get back to you. Just stop.
So with the whole anger thing, there would be times I wanted to snap or get bad about it. There would be times I did, but I would realize, pray for a minute, get it out of my system. And next day, if it were to almost snap again, I would realize it and just walk away instead of just start yelling and hurting people or whatever. Like, I'll say things I don't mean and hurt those I love.
So
And that hurts more than
what has mom taught us recently? Pray.
breathe, stop, breathe,
Breathe and pray.
Now, what have you experienced with your faith in school?
In
I know school just started. Now you're in high school.
Yeah.
That's like the big. That's like the big wigs.
Boom, boom, boom.
It's kind of a pain not to like punch a kid if he like shoulder bumps me.
That happens, especially in the bus.
I've almost tried to put one of my friends in a locker just to mess with him.
Get in there.
I do that because I told you I did that when I was in high school.
No, I just want to mess with him. I said, you could fit in there. Why don't you try?
Get
And
in
then we
there.
got Big D, 6-foot dude. Yeah, but they put me in a corner and he jumped on me
Oh,
in the
no.
lunch line. I was like, no.
I'm not telling them any of my own stories.
He's like
I'm not giving them
6'5",
anything.
Hey, so
sideways.
somebody's asked you a question. What are your thoughts about the phone rule?
Stupid.
School ban. This is stupid for them. Like,
Elaborate. What is the rule?
The rule is you cannot have a phone or any electronic device that you own. Phone, earbuds, wireless, and an Apple Watch like mine. You can't have them.
Was
Oh,
that rule
it's-
not there last year?
Nope.
it's
Last
different.
year-
Well, hold on. Why did they implement said rule?
No
Law.
clue. It's
It's a law now.
either
It's not a law.
Yeah, it is.
the state passed a law.
But-
on it.
Really?
Why would they put this into effect? That's the
It's-
question.
I think it's because of that
What
thing
if-
they caught that cop doing.
Well,
That's part of it. I think it has a lot to do with bomb threats and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
there's going to be stuff like that, and let's face it. Do y'all know any kids that got their phone confiscated or taken away while at school? Any rings going off in class? Has that never happened at all?
It's happened to me a lot.
Okay, so
Especially for me last
Distractions.
year.
well, and that's probably the main basis for a lot of this is there was a lot. Of course, I know times have changed. There was a lot of stuff we wasn't allowed to take to school because we would be, like we had the little handheld game systems. We weren't allowed to take. I mean, we could have them in our book bag,
Yeah.
but we
Yeah.
could not have them in class. We had to keep them in our locker. Of course, we come from a time where
we can carry
we
a gun
brought
with us.
guns,
Yeah.
not in the school
Yeah,
building,
they're
they
in
were in our
trucks,
vehicle.
Vehicles, yeah. Back
'Cause-
window. I remember you had one back of your truck.
Yeah. Yeah, but we weren't going around shooting people then either.
And we didn't have phones in school either. We didn't have phones at all.
No,
We
that
had
was
payphones.
that was pre-cell phone. I think what was going on at that time, they had the bag phone,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah,
Freaking 1,000 minutes cost $5.
You ain't
Something like
kidding.
it's expensive.
but, you know, so, and there are concerns. I have seen where, you know, a lady that we went to school with, I've seen where I think our local news station had posted something about this, and it just happened to you know, I was doom scrolling, and it highlighted her comment on it, and it was something to the effect of, you know, spoken like somebody who hasn't experienced a school shooting before. And, you know, when our school had a shooting, my nephew was one of the ones shot. Now he survived, obviously, and we're forevermore thankful for that. But the way the entire situation was being handled, I am glad that there were students that had their phone that was getting information out.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
the sad thing is another female friend that we went to school with, she sent me a message on Messenger. Hey, what's going on? I hadn't heard nothing about our local school. At the time, I think she was living in New Jersey.
Yeah.
But somewhere in her chain of social media or whatever, like, hey, what's going on? You've got kids there. You know, so yeah, like I think there's there's a double-edged sword there.
Yeah, I could see it being a problem, but then again, it might help that situation too, where it don't happen as often as it does or did. I mean, it's
For me, it's just a safety thing.
Um,
an
And,
inconvenience. I get it.
but majority of my classes, I won't even put it in the phone pouch. I'll keep it on me. There's one class I'll do it because she actually checks. She'll have us pull out our pockets or whatever. I keep my watch on me. It tells me anyway. But that's the only
So what
class.
else can y'all talk about when it comes to faith and being Jesus' skin on? When it comes to being
Oh, don't get quiet now. You had more to say.
teenagers, because you're not far from it.
I was thinking. I'm thinking right now. See, he did the same thing.
The sprinklers right there, we're good.
What do you expect steam to come out of his head?
Hey, he's thinking.
Are you getting the
Yeah,
questions?
yeah.
Like anywhere outside of school and
Just
stuff.
in general.
I think she said there's some questions on the YouTube. Are you
Yeah,
able to
I
see?
see it.
Okay.
You can see them too. You should be able to. If they're visible.
They might be, but I'm not messing with it.
Yeah, they are.
All right.
So like nothing that's ever happened before, but something hard for something to happen. Like, let's just say you're in a Walmart and there's this lady, Karen, that like is just arguing with a worker about like, all right, jet
Come on.
engine.
PlayStation on steroids, I tell you.
Come on.
Okay, well,
So hypothetically, you're at a big store such as Walmart, and a Karen is being a Karen.
arguing with the worker about like, I don't know, something being too small.
Right.
Like those, like a milk jug, the pint ones.
Hmm.
She's probably gonna be arguing with the worker about how it's so small, and the worker's just like stunned
Right.
and can't move, and it's just hard to not intervene with that and like just yell at her back.
Well, it is if you can think fast enough. See, a lot of people can't do this when they're in a situation, especially confrontation, their brain shuts off.
Right,
And then there's other people that are already 8 steps ahead. Does that make sense?
right.
There are times, especially in customer service, you're going to have to deal with somebody who's upset. And there are times where people have a legitimate reason to be upset about something. And there are other times, and I'm willing to bet more than 50% of the time, they are upset just for the sake of being upset.
Right.
Okay, they're having a bad day and they're looking for somebody to take it out on. And those situations, you can still be polite, you can still be kind, and you can smile at them and say, I hope you have the kind of day you deserve. And that'll make them think, because what we want to have the day that we want. But if you're acting like a complete butt all day long, the day you deserve is a bad day.
Maybe that person needs you to pray for them right then and there. They just don't know it.
It could be.
Sometimes praying for somebody on the spot will make their whole day better. I've experienced it
Mhm.
myself. I've done it. I mean, you know,
And there's other times they'll go away and leave you alone.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
so something else could be a sore subject, not really a sore, but a sour subject for y'all. Since you've had faith and reading the Bible and doing things like you're supposed to, how many friendships have you lost?
I've actually lost a couple.
Of course, we're not going to say any names.
Yeah.
Have you gained any?
I have gained a lot,
It's
actually.
weird how that works, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You lose the bad, you get the goods.
Right. Well, I'm not gonna say who, but people who do know his name. But I had a best friend last year. Friends with him for about 2-3 years, and turned to find out he was hiding something from me. He was a furry,
Right.
Therian, whatever. He said he's a furry and a Therian, but when I talked to him about it, he said he was just a Therian, not a furry.
I have no idea what that second one means.
What is the second one?
A Therian,
Yeah.
basically,
It's a
you
kind
don't
of
you don't
furry.
wear the entire furry costume. You just wear a tail and a mask.
So you still.
So it's like the difference between a vegan and a vegetarian.
I guess.
I don't get it either.
Okay.
But
Like I said, you can believe whatever you want in this world, but you're better off to believe something that's true.
Yeah.
So go on. So
I have proof that he said that he was a furry, and proof that he said he wasn't, just a Therian.
right.
Well, I had talked with him saying, if you don't stop being a furry or a Therian, whatever, then we can't be friends no more.
Right.
And by how we're not friends no more, you can tell what turned out.
Right.
That like as soon as because I had said that during school. As soon as I got home from school, he started texting me. Well, actually, I texted him saying, because he said he wrote something about us because he said that to me in text that he was going to stop and wrote an entire paragraph that took him 5 hours, which probably didn't, to write to me about him and our bond. And so I wrote, my bond's stronger. My bond with God is stronger.
Right.
And then he just starts going off, cussing me out. So then my mom intervenes. He starts cussing her out.
Right.
And then my mom tells his mom. And I don't really remember what happened after that. I think he got grounded from his phone for a week or so.
Right.
And till this day, he's still a furry. I asked him last week. He said, yeah, I'm still a furry.
Well, I pray for the individual. There's if you study history, it always repeats itself. Everything moves in cycles. There's nothing new going on today. Now, don't get me wrong. They didn't have cell phones 2,000 years ago, but the manner by which things happen, and it's one of the things that always gets me is that there's some things going on now that people would describe as progressive. And I'm like, that this has happened before. How are you calling it progress?
Yeah.
Well, we're moving forward. It wasn't like this, 80 to 100 years ago. Okay, did you ever stop to think there was a reason why?
Yeah.
But people believe what they believe.
How about you,
And,
Gabe? Have you lost any friends or gained any friends?
Yeah.
I see one right now. I was talking about. I don't know if you can see the.
Yeah,
Chat.
that's Jasper.
Yeah, Jasper.
Jasper
Oh,
said,
yeah.
"Hi, Gabe."
No names.
His name is.
He
called
said his
him-
name on there.
Yeah.
His name says. His
Oh,
YouTube name is Auxiller.
auxiliary.
It's basically after Godzilla or something like that. I don't know.
Wonder if he's trying it Asian style. Godzilla.
I don't know. He's a smart kid though. He had
Was it the Austin Powers movies where they did that? Oh, it's Godzilla, but it's not.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Due to
But it looks like it.
due to
but it's not.
international copyright reasons, it's not.
Right.
But it looks like Godzilla, but it's not. But we still should still run like it's Godzilla.
All right. Well,
Though
what,
it isn't.
What do you got, Gabe?
But I lost a couple, and didn't affect me none. They weren't good to me, nothing like that. And I ended up getting an old friend from elementary, I think. No, yeah, 6th grade back to high school. He used to be a private school. I ended up getting him back.
That's good.
I've been wanting to visit with him again for about 3 years.
So, yeah, about 3 or 4 years.
And we're finally talking again and stuff. First thing he did though, he said, "At lunch, I want to arm wrestle you and see if I can beat you now." I was like, "All
We used to do
right."
a lot of that back then.
Yeah, we did. We did punch each other in the arm.
Oh,
man,
shoulder
I know.
checks.
Yeah,
The
shoulder
sucker
check.
punch. Yeah.
See whose shoulder gets
The
up
hand slap
first.
thing. Who fast with the hand the fastest.
How about bloody knuckles?
Yes, we did that too.
Who
Oh,
won?
We invented that.
I did that one day,
Yeah.
Pencil Wars.
but it was
You remember
bloody
Pencil Wars?
quarters.
Yep, Pencil Wars.
I got lunch detention for that one. And then she was like, "You don't have to serve it. It's fine." I was like, "Yay!"
What elementary did you go to?
Is in Ohio.
Okay.
We moved in here. We started up north.
Okay.
90,
About
92, 94 area.
about 4th or 5th grade at the elementary school, we used to, we'd go out to play on the playground and all that. And it was easier to play soccer. And by soccer, I don't mean a real game. I just mean like half the kids were on one side, half the kids were on the other. And if you could kick it to the fence, that was a point, So we started playing kick tag.
Oh,
So instead of like just regular tag,
you
you had to
kicked
kick
them?
them. Yeah,
That's fun.
it sounded good to a 4th or 5th grader.
Yeah.
I ain't got the agility for it now.
Going back onto school rule, it was different for me. The phone ban. We can have our phones on us, or in our bags, stuff like
Right.
that.
Oh.
But it has to be powered off.
Oh,
Right.
So they let us have a little space to breathe. And like he said, don't have them at all. You have
Right.
to turn it in and stuff. But so if like there's if there's ever a school shooting, then we can just like power on our phones and text instead of just like not having it on us. And I've actually heard, the same person that said that I was stinking on the bus and stuff,
Right.
making false accusements. He said that he plays on a phone, even though the school ban rule is
Right.
the phone ban rules on.
Well, what I'm waiting for is over the last few years, you have seen where people have videoed their teacher going on a rant either on politics or a lot of this identity culture or especially on the sexual identity culture.
Yeah.
And at some point it's going to end up being a thing where some teacher's going to do this in a school where there's a phone ban, and somebody's going to record it and post that crap.
Yeah.
And
They kind of cover their butts. I just don't like
Right.
that.
So there's going to be a situation where it's like, you're not supposed to have your phone, and we're going to say that's the reason why you didn't want them to have it.
Right.
You know,
I didn't
There
really
was
know how to
a-
scroll.
a lot of this stuff works both ways. There was I remember hearing about this several years ago. There was a small town police force that they kept arresting people, and then they'd go to court, and the people would always fight against the charges that the cop was mean to them or harassing them or abusive or whatever the case may be. And this local group sued the police department and made them get body cams. So they did. And I think it was a year or two later, the same group is suing the same police department to take off the body cams because now their clients can't argue in court. You know, and I'm like, you got to be careful what you ask for because sometimes you actually get it, you know.
Yeah.
Which I'm off on a tangent. What else have y'all got for your faith?
Not much really.
So it has affected some friendships in the negative.
Yeah,
Has it strengthened any others?
it has actually. It strengthens my friend group
Right,
and a couple of other people that are really deeply into Bible.
right.
Not gonna say any names, but I've known him for like a year, and I feel like I've known him since school started.
Right,
Since I started
right.
school.
You know, how does it affect y'all on a more personal level? I know Gabe was talking about, you know, he struggled with his anger. Are you finding some sense of peace?
Yeah, I am.
You
Even
know?
though I didn't have the anger issue, I have felt calmer, happier,
Right.
and just in general good.
I would love to have Jasper in, but we don't have no headphones where we can hear him.
I know. I was like, I'm reading his stuff. I'm like, Jasper, he a good kid.
He
Been
is.
friends since kindergarten, I think.
Is it on chat? Is that where it pops up?
Yeah.
He said his favorite verse is Jeremiah.
Did you all,
29.
did y'all see what Skylar wrote here?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
saw that. And then she says awesome sauce.
you have to pay for it.
And then
No, you don't.
Do you?
It's
and
free.
then here's another one. She said that will lift up Gabe. I mean, that's good that Gabe is actually reaching somebody. He probably didn't realize it.
Like every time we call at night, she has an issue. I'm like, read the Bible. It's got every answer you need.
It does. The big problem is it's not specific enough
No.
a lot of times.
Yeah,
No.
you
You
have
have
to
to-
You know,
like
it's
look
like, do
for
I
it.
want the green one or the blue one?
You
Well,
gotta
obviously
look
the
common
Bible doesn't
sense.
care,
No.
Right.
you know.
You just gotta look in depth for your answer sometimes.
Well, and
gotta
that's
really-
the thing, and that's there are certain things that, you know, we joke about it being in black and white or red,
Yeah.
you know, when it says don't murder, that doesn't mean if they really upset you, it's okay, or what it says what it means. It's pretty obvious. But there are other things, you know, and especially if you go back into the Old Testament, you know, one of our folks here in chat has posted from Jeremiah.
Mm-hmm.
They lived a completely different lifestyle back then. So you have to look and find the principle of what he was talking about. But the thing about it is, and I'm not throwing you under the bus, it came up earlier, lust has been a problem from day one.
Yeah.
All right. And especially for men, it is a problem that you're going to struggle with unless you are a corpse.
Right.
You know, now there are different manners by which you may or may not struggle. But as far as lust overall, no, that's going to be a problem as long as you're breathing.
Yeah.
You know, to
Right.
some degree. So, you know, and the same thing like theft. Well, stealing is wrong. It says don't steal,
Murder.
you know, and
Cover
some
that
of the
neighbor.
things have changed,
Yeah.
but, you know, like now you don't have to physically grab something and run off with it. There's identity theft. There's people that never leave the house and they have stolen money from one bank account or another, or however it is they do it, you know, computer hacking. either way, the thing about it is when the Bible says don't steal, it doesn't mean you can't pick it up with your hand and walk. It means don't steal in any shape, way, form, or fashion. You know, and the problem with that is that also applies with emotional manipulation.
Right.
You know, because there are times where what you are doing is stealing the emotions of another person. You know, don't steal.
No.
You know.
Anything else y'all got?
I think that this generation is slowly healing because
Hope so.
one time in middle school on the bus,
Mm-hmm.
a kid came up to me, Bible in hand and
One
everything.
time at band camp.
One time,
But
once upon a time.
he came up to me on the bus,
Little days.
Bible in hand, everything. He's like, "You know about God? He knows about. I know it's about blah, 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 blah." Wow.
Really?
He's like, "You know about the gospel?" I said, "Yeah, I've read about it and everything." He said, "Okay, that's good. You think I could pray for you?" I said, "Wow." I told him I was good because mom already did it. Because mom did it the day before.
Did you guys become friends after that?
No.
You don't want to deny anybody praying for you. Let them pray for you, no matter what.
He ended up praying
Because I'm
anyway.
gonna say, because you might pray something you didn't know you needed.
Yeah. He ended up praying anyway.
And you know, it's funny. You know, speaking of faith and changing the way you do things every day. Because of Chris here, you know, I used to pray. I still do. I pray every morning when I get up.
I feel like
I
I've
go to bed.
been thrown under the bus.
Yeah. And
Thrown under the
he
bus.
says something about let God get in my head before I do.
Right.
And it's helped me out a lot.
Good. Good.
Yeah, it is Braxton Warner.
Hey, we're not saying no names.
He did.
Jasper asked.
I know, I'm messing around.
Anyways, you sit still.
Sorry.
So faith is everywhere.
Yeah.
We actually asked our daughter what she experienced because of faith in her marriage and her family. And I think Jen is going to do a video and read what she said. And we're going to post it with this series, with this
Right,
video later.
right.
But basically, the way she worded everything, her faith, it's been helping her get through everything in life now. It just brought tears in my eyes. You know, as a parent, you hope that you teach them the right ways.
Right.
Of course, it took us her being an adult.
Oh, I mean, we screw
But
up.
yeah,
You know.
and then of course I wasn't the best stepdad, but we
That-
all
that's a that's
grew up
tough.
out of things.
piece to chew on too.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like I said, I wasn't the best stepdad, but hopefully she sees it now, and we're working through it. I'm not the best of fathers, but I'm working on it.
I've been saying since my daughter was born that I'll never get Parent of the Year award.
I don't think any of us do.
You know.
If they do, they're not being a parent; they're being a friend.
You know, there are things where I've probably been too hard on her. Other things where I might have should have brought a little more discipline to that particular area or whatever the case may be. And she's 22 now, but she realizes that my job is to make sure that she can live without me.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
You know, don't get me wrong, she's young. She's not stupid by any means. I feel pretty confident that if something happened to me, she would be okay. If that's the case, then I've done my job.
yeah.
So I mean that's the thing of being a parent is, and I think our generation possibly there's so much of that as the generations go on, we've gotten off topic. There's a lot of parents that want to be their child's friend, and then the child grows up walking all over them because there's no discipline there.
Yeah.
there's a lot of other instances where, I mean, I don't know, and I'm not claiming to be parent of the year by any means, but our job as parents is to make sure our kids can live without us.
Right.
You know, that is it in a nutshell. Our job is to make sure y'all survive, and you will continue to survive when we die. You know.
So what's the important thing to, as kids, as your friends are watching right now, to, what advice could you give to your friends that are going to see this on faith?
All I gotta say is if you think you have small faith, even faith as small as a mustard seed, I actually have two things to say. Faith as small as a mustard seed can move a mountain.
And why do they say a mustard seed?
Because the mustard seed is one of the smallest things.
It's the smallest seed there is.
Right. And also, if you're knowingly sinning, then just like stop sinning and repent to God.
What about you, Gabe?
You reach a problem in life, don't falter. Keep going, because you got God always by you. No matter the issue, He can solve it.
Now, where is God at in your life? Is he, let me clarify that. Is he behind you? Is he beside you? Is he in front of you? Where is he at?
I would like to say He's in front of me because I want to be kneeling before Him.
That's
Wow.
actually a pretty good
I like
answer. You know.
I didn't teach him that one. You've always told me God's
Maybe
beside
you
us.
did.
Maybe I did. Just didn't realize it.
I want to say that He's beside me, so I can just hug Him for everything He's done for
I like
us.
that. I have to remember that. That's a good one.
Can I read some verses, Bible verses, and what they mean?
What's it about?
Children of faith.
Children of faith?
Children of faith.
Okay. You can read one.
John 1:12, it says, "But to all who did receive Him, who believed in His name, He gave the right to become children of God." This means that a spiritual adoption into God's family, granting believers the same rights and privileges as literal children of God, including access to loving Father and inheritance.
Amen.
That's it.
Amen.
Yes.
Oh, I'd say this podcast or this episode, this series has been good. And I'm glad God laid on our heart to do this.
Right.
It's definitely been a proud parent moment tonight for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're not getting no ice cream cookies tonight. Don't get your hopes up.
Dang it!
Hey, we can have donuts though.
Can we go to McDonald's and I get my frappe finally?
He still wants their freaking frappe.
I want a cheeseburger.
I do too, dude. But do you see me complaining?
Hey, I get it for free, so I got points.
All right.
Because you have money. You've had money.
Okay. So
No.
next week's episode, I have no idea. We might start another series.
Maybe continue on Children of Faith. Talk
Maybe.
more in depth.
We'll see what God says. What do you think? Don't hurt yourself.
Rawr.
Like I said, it really depends on how God wants this to go. If we dig into the entirety of the Bible, it's story after story after story of faith. You know, there's so much in there. Whether you are a father, a mother, single, a child, you know, no matter what role that you're playing.
Yeah.
And it's just there's so much, and I know people say it, but there are scriptures in the Gospels where, because of your friend's faith or your parents' faith or whatever the case may be, a miracle took place for somebody else. So the people you are around and what they believe makes a difference.
Yeah.
And we don't always understand the extent of how big that difference can be.
Right.
Now, we all know, and we never believed it when we were kids growing up, you know, there's this saying going around, like, if you want to know who you are, look at who your friends are.
Right.
Your
circle.
Well, and there's a lot of truth to that.
Yes.
You know, Jesus, yes, he hung around with tax collectors and sinners and all that, but he didn't join them in it. We can all think of people, and maybe at some point in life, even ourselves, where we ran with a crowd who was, shall we say, not on the up and up. It takes a very strong individual to resist not joining in.
Right.
Why would we think that the exact opposite would not also apply? If we surround ourselves with strong people of faith, why would we believe that that would not have, you know, some sort of effect to the positive?
So in other words, you got to have faith
Yeah.
in everything you do.
Right.
Any situation, faith can help you.
Gabe, are you flexing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have been for a minute. Like I randomly just.
I'm so strong. I'm so big and
I can
strong.
tell he's a
Grr.
teenager boy. He's messing with his hair.
Oh, it's so short.
He don't have Vector no more.
Honestly,
Becca. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna give you a vector cut.
No.
All right, well, thank y'all for joining us tonight. This wasn't the normal episode. I think it turned out pretty good. We
I
didn't
like
chase too many rabbits,
like it.
Rapids.
squirrels.
No,
Um,
you talking about guinea pigs?
We need to get more stable chairs next time they come in with us, so they'll do the whole sleeping through the whole time.
I don't think it would matter. We just hear the legs screeching across the floor.
Whoa!
They're doing Dungeons and Dragons.
We just saw a night walk through. Okay,
Hey, guys,
Bro.
guys,
that's our cue to leave.
guys. What we're just talking about.
That's our cue.
Don't pick on them.
Oh,
We
no,
weren't.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know,
I want armor like that.
That's our cue to leave before the room blows up. Though.
right.
I don't know what he's fighting. I want to
Well,
find out.
we're definitely we thank y'all for joining us tonight. We'll pray for everybody. And like I said, I forgot to mention, we're in the process of building a website.
And by we don't mean me.
He a bad boy.
Well, you're somehow part of it. Your face is on it in
Sorry.
the video.
I'm
The
sorry.
video that my wife made. It's pretty cool. We'll watch y'all play it again here in the end if y'all didn't see it. But you know, we definitely want to get people to subscribe and like more. Not for likes and anything else, but because we need to get the word out there. The more people like it, the more we get across Facebook, YouTube, whatever. And the webpage is not. Anything that we do, it don't cost money.
Right.
We're never going to ask for it. And if you want to donate it, we're not going to take it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with it. We
I
don't want
It's
it.
just, if God wants us to have money, he'll give it to us, in some way, which way he wants to. Like I said, we're never going to ask for it. Never. We're
I
doing
like
this.
that.
God's blessing us in ways that we can't explain right now through this podcast and just through in general with our family, your family, and just in general. I'm just rambling because I don't know what else to say. Besides, you have a good night and God bless.
Bye bye.
Pull up a chair, there's room for your voices. Rise where the truth comes through from coffee, sips to midnight thoughts. This is where the real talk starts. So take a seat, let's have a chat, table talk.